Yo guys, what's up? This is your boy Superman Shoba, the only yellow bone with wings. Guys, we wake up with very sad news. The passing of AKA, also known as Bova Super Mega. His real name is Kenan Forbes. Yeah, we wake up with the sad news that he was shot in Durban. Yeah, when the news came, the first thing that came into my mind was his daughter. Obviously, because I also have a daughter, and I know the relationship that him and his daughter had, despite uh, him and the mother of his child uh, having broken up. But luckily for him, he still maintained a good relationship with his daughter. Because obviously sometimes mothers, once you break up with them, they make life difficult for you, to have a relationship with your child. And knowing how important it is for fathers to be present, especially now in South Africa, a very violent country. Human trafficking is very rife, the statistics are high. It is very important that fathers have access to their daughters. Rape statistics, child molestation, child grooming. I just cannot imagine my daughter growing up without me, you understand? And obviously, you cannot control everything. My daughter might maybe grow up without me as being there present as a father, maybe because me and the mother, we don't end up getting married and all those kind of stuff. But it becomes even worse and very scary when you are not there at all as a father. Because one thing, when your daughter knows that you are around, even if you are not living in the same house, whatever thing that she might suspect that is going wrong, at least she can pick up a call and call you and say, Dad, I think my stepfather is trying to do this, or Dad, I got in trouble with this. And as a father, because that is our responsibility to love and protect women, you become the father that is going to come there and protect your daughter. So with AKA leaving his daughter behind at such a very young age, it becomes scary. It's a thought that I cannot phantom, something that I cannot conceive. What kind of a life is my daughter going to have when I'm not around? With social media influencing our kids and doing all those kind of stuff, I don't know at what age my daughter is going to get maybe into an adolescent stage, and I'm not around to guide her, to make sure I protect her, because those are the ages where they become vulnerable to molesters and predators, who are targeting the vulnerable. So yeah, I was touched by the death of AKA. However, this is not the reason why I wanted to speak, because you guys know what my channel is all about. Superman Shoba is always about the supernatural. It's actually funny that we both have almost a similar, say, name, Super Mega, Superman. And we both have daughters that really love us, because I love my daughter and I know that she loves me, But yeah, the reason why I wanted to speak about these guys, I'm seeing something. I'm seeing a message that is being sent from the spiritual, because I've been seeing a pattern ever since, I think was it 2020 or 2021, when Mpura passed away, followed by a lot of celebrities, and the majority of these guys that are passing away, it's people who are on their A game. I'm not saying celebrities have not been passing away. We've had celebrities from Tala, Bomandoza passing away, but number one, there was an understandable gap. You find good there's a year whereby a significant celebrity doesn't die. You understand? You find with somebody that passes away, someone that was a celebrity a long time ago, and then now they have aged. Obviously, they are sick, they've got stroke, so on and so forth, and then they pass away. It becomes slightly acceptable because they've lived their life with their lives. We've celebrated them. They've been on their A game. They've made the money and all those kind of stuff. And then now they are older. Obviously, aging is a soft process of dying. You understand? Because we know where it ends. Whenever you are aging, eventually you are going to die. You understand? So this one is unacceptable. So since it's unacceptable, number one, they are young. These guys. I don't believe in this thing. It was their time. I don't believe in that. You understand? From ancient days, it has never been normal for young people to die. It has always been the elders, the young bearing the old, because the old are aging. In fact, the most natural process of death is aging, because aging is a sickness on its own. You know, your knees become weak, your spinal cord, etc., etc., your speech, your hearing ability, so on and so forth. So it's a sickness on its own, aging. That is the most that is the only natural acceptable form of death. This thing of a person getting shot, a person getting into a car accident, a person taking their own lives, it's unnatural, and it is not a person's time, guys. We need to let go of that. In fact, we need to listen to our ancestors and what they are trying to tell us. The message from the spiritual world, what could you be trying to tell us? Because if we become ignorant, if we continue with this narrative, it was his time, it was her time, we are also going to continue to die, because we are also going to become celebrities, and some of you are going to become celebrities, and you are going to fall under the same trap. So now let me go straight to the point as to what I wanted to talk about, because I want to make this as short as possible. What I wanted to talk about, guys, is that I personally believe, it's a personal belief, you don't have to take it. I personally believe that a lot of celebrities are governed by a mermaid spirit. People who follow me, I will always tell them, especially those who are governed by a mermaid spirit. Some of them will have dreams chilling with celebrities, chilling with politicians, and so on and so forth. In fact, a majority of water kids, Nzuza kids, mermaid kids, most of them, they tend to become celebrities, and so on and so forth. You understand? The mermaid spirit, especially, it's involved more in the music. You see, in Zuza, because it's a chief, and in fact, the king spirit, it is more involved in leadership. You know, the most powerful people in the world, not just any regular, dangular politicians. The most powerful people in the world, like the likes of Putin, about Donald Trump and stuff like that. Those are the people who are more likely to be governed by Nzuza spirit, because Nzuza spirit is a very serious spirit. It's a very vicious spirit, very strict. Nje, yabon, maybe the president of China and all those kind of stuff. You understand? I won't mention some in South Africa. So those are the people who are governed by Nzuza spirit. Kings, yeah, including kings, gay. It loves royalty, because those are serious departments. You know, you don't play around royalty. You understand? So Nzuza spirit operates there, and then mermaid spirit, it's there Nayogu leadership, but mostly you find the charismatic politicians, the ones who are more likely to also become influencers, who are more likely to interact with the media, like about Donald Trump and all those kind of stuff. Like those leaders, you find that he's a leader, but he also becomes famous for other things. You understand that? Because he made it loves attention too much. It likes to perform. It likes to it likes drama, exaggerated stuff. You know, you don't just become an ordinary person. People must always be talking about you. Hence, it loves celebrities, trending people, and all those kind of stuff. They are usually governed by a mermaid spirit. You understand? And again, it loves to sing, and it loves to channel its music through people, because we are the vessel that they use, these deities, to channel the message, whether be it an evil message or be a good evil. We understand, it could be a good message, they use it, because you remember in my videos I spoke about sirens and mermaids, that these are exactly the same, they look the same, they have the same abilities. It's just that sirens are evil and then mermaids are the good ones. But people sometimes they tend to confuse, but no, the person is actually evil. You understand it? So obviously I won't delve deep. I don't know the deals that other celebrities have, because bakhona abantu abangene in the scene of music, through ukuthwala mhlambe bathwele ngama-sirens, and they have to perform certain rituals to maintain that, and as a result they die because of that. I won't mention those. I don't know ukuthi abompura bobani they made a deal with the devil. All I know is that they were talented. So if for this video, for the sake of this video, I'll assume ukuthi they had a mermaid spirit naturally from the time when they were born. Bazole bambethe that gift and they were given. You understand? So the mermaid spirit has been governing them. So here's the thing about mermaid spirit or any other spirit, guys, that will govern a person. Now I'm talking about good spirits, right? A mermaid spirit is not only responsible for the talent, for the charisma, it's also responsible for protection. However, I always say to people, because here we are dealing with ama spirit ahlambulukile, holy spirits, spirits that are not dirty, that do not want anything to do with blood and death. That is why you will be told. It's just that people, because they don't know, you understand, they always point at kingdom yasemanzini, but it's evil. But people who really operate as children of water, they will know ukuthi water spirits azwani nemithi, mithi nje snacks emixiwe, maybe emixwe nenyoka emixwe nani, and you don't even have to eat fish. Angeke ngisakhuluma ke ngeinyoka, you can't go there, you understand. You don't eat a lot of things that are from the water because it does not want blood, and azifuna ukuhlabelwa amagazi. That's why ngithi those ones are different entities. They may look the same, but they operate at a different kingdom. I always made an example with angels. With the fallen angels, just because they fell, it does not mean their appearance change. If if Lucifer was beautiful in heaven, he's still beautiful. You understand? It doesn't change, but what changes maybe it's now the intentions, the purpose, and all those kind of stuff, because now it's evil versus good. You know, I'm just making an example. I'm not saying those stories from the Bible they existed and stuff like that. I'm just making an example for you to make reference to as an example. So mermaid spirits, they are responsible also for protecting you. They are responsible for protecting you, because obviously there has to be longevity. If they are using you as a vessel to become a celebrity, there's always a reason. You don't just become a celebrity for your own benefit. Obviously you must become some sort of a celebrity so that people can find you as some sort of authority, so that when you speak and you influence the world to turn into a particular direction, they can follow you. I mean, there are celebrities who have done that. There are people who have used their celebrity status to channel a positive message to the people. You know, maybe to influence a revolution in politics or in religion, in spirituality, so on and so forth. Like your Denzel Washington, they do all those kind of stuff. These are celebrities, but now they are using their celebrity status to actually channel a positive message to the society, to motivate people and do all those kind of stuff. I understand? So the mermaid spirits, they have to protect you for that purpose, so that you can live long enough to influence the generations to generations positively. That is why some of the music still lives today. We Are the World by Michael Jackson. You understand? Because there's a spiritual element involved in keeping that music alive. When you listen to that music, there is something that is being invoked within you. This thing is bigger than Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was just a vessel. That's why the music still lives today, even though he is dead, because it was bigger than him. The music had to be there for a particular purpose, for a particular revolution or so, or particular change. You understand that? So I wanted to emphasize with you have to be protected, you have to live long. So now the question is, why are these celebrities dying? Because remember, I said we must assume Guti they are governed by the mermaid spirit, not the evil ones. Ne? Those who have deep information, this one was a devil worship or what, they can come forward and create their own platforms where they are going to talk about that. But Mina, I don't judge a book by its cover unless I have information. So I'm assuming that Cassper is talented. He was born with a gift, aka Mpura, Kilakau, DJ City Lights, and all those kind of people, Rick, so on and so forth. You understand? So I believe that their death is the spiritual world. The deity is sending a very harsh message to this current generation. Uguti, if you take the decisions that these ones have taken, you are going to end up like them. yes, you are going to have a career, but it's going to be very short. You're not going to live enough to leave generational wealth for your kids, because obviously there is no one who can leave billions for their kids at age 35, age 20 something and stuff like that. As much as they were rich for themselves, but whatever they left is not enough for their grandchildren. You understand? Maybe their kids can have a piece and pie of whatever they left, but not up to their great grandchildren, and so on and so forth. You understand? So the reason why I think their lives have been taken away, because they are supposed to be protected. Remember, I said the spirit must protect you. It is obligated, because what's the point of giving somebody talent and then you understand? The talent becomes useless, because the talent must be used to change the world. So the reason why they let these people die, it's because of uncleanliness. I always say this, guys. I always say cleanliness is next to godliness, especially if you are a water kid. And now we're speaking about water kids, the mermaids kids. Cleanliness is next to godliness. The moment you are not clean, they slowly but surely move away from you, because even namathongo wakho amathongo wasemanzini, we understand, because they work with the deities from the waters. So the moment you become unclean, they move away from you. You understand? And then you become unprotected. The cherubs, there are these angels in the Bible, they call cherubims. Their job is to cover. Cherub means covering, to cover the throne of God. So you also have your own cherubims that are responsible for covering you. You understand? So they move away from you because you are no longer clean, because now you are living a careless life. And remember, these people are supposed to be our role models, guys, right? These people are supposed to be our role models. Then it means whatever they say has impact. You are more likely to dress like them. You are more likely, let's say for example, a particular celebrity, I'll make an example. If Cassper decides to go into the porn industry, a majority of young people will say, nah, the porn industry, it's probably okay. They will even defend him. They will even say, if Cassper is doing it, then it's right. You understand? So most of these people, they shift away from their gift and they want more, because the Bible says to be carnally minded is death, and to be spiritually minded is life. Carnally minded, they get into drugs because they want to perform more, they want to have more shows. They now focus on greed. They want to add on top of the abilities that they've been given. They want to add extra, because if your ancestors give you new abilities to perform, and then when you want to do 30 shows per night, I'm making an example, and then now you get into drugs, and once you get into drugs, you become carnally minded. Carnally minded people, they appreciate everything that is of material: women, sex, drugs, cars, alcohol, you name it. So these people, they leave no space for their spiritual self, for their spiritual being. They no longer connect with their self. You understand it? Because these are people who are carnally minded. And then somebody also shared a verse, I think, on Twitter, and then he said, what benefit does it have? I think it's a verse from the Bible. I think it's Matthew. What does it benefit a man to gain the whole world and lose themselves? You understand? So this is what is happening in the industry right now. Celebrities are losing themselves, their true selves, their spiritual selves. The self that was connected in the first place with a spirit that gave them the abilities that they have. And then they wanted more. So now they are connected with the world. They've gained the whole world. We have seen some of the celebrities, when they die, a lot of ex-girlfriends begin to show up. You see, these are people who are carnally minded, who live that life. Wherever I travel, I will have a girl, maybe one for the another one, maybe tomorrow for another trip, so on and so forth. Because of the power and influence, the charisma they have, instead of using that energy to channel the youth into the right direction, they use that to fuel more materialistic things to themselves. The buying of these clothes. And I'm not saying we shouldn't buy. I also love clothes, especially if they are nice and stuff like that. But when something becomes too much, this is what you are advertising to the world. Anything else doesn't matter. What matters is the Gucci, what matters is the Louis Vuitton, the Balenciaga, and all those kind of stuff. The spirit person doesn't matter anymore. You understand? They don't play a role about Kendrick Lamar, about J. Cole. You understand? They become carnally minded. They influence the youth to be in love with themselves, to be in love with money. So basically, the life that they were living was a life full of filth, according to the gods, of course. It was detached from spirituality. It was not a holy life. It was not a balanced life. You understand? Because there's nothing wrong. These blessings, they come from the spirits. In the first place, if a deity blesses you with the ability to sing and you become the best singer in the world, what is the result? The result is that you're going to be rich. You'll be booked. You'll have an album. It will sell, and so on and so forth. So the money is not a problem. That is why even in the Bible, many people misinterpret this verse. There's a verse that says the love of money is the root of evil. It does not say money is the root of evil. It says the love of it. You understand? Once you begin to fall in love with money, the material things that it can buy, you understand? So I believe this is the reason why we are losing a large number of them like this. We understand, because they are no longer connected with the spirits that they were born with. They are now connected to something else that is different. They are operating on a carnal level. Some are making deals with gangsters. You forget that the spirit that gave you the abilities is also responsible for your protection. So you undermine that spirit. You feel that it is not enough. You understand? So what do? You go and seek for more protection. It can be in a form of uktwala, or it can be you making a deal with mafias to say they must protect you beyond the type of protection that you are currently receiving. You understand? And obviously we know whenever you deal with gangsters and mafias, those people are never honest. They can agree to do something for you now, a particular thing that you are requesting, but few months from now, they will begin to call you and ask for certain favors which you cannot be able to give them. And then eventually, if you can't, and then they kill you, we understand, and stuff like that. So, and then the ones, suicide, obviously, we know it's a spirit. I believe that those who commit suicide, they could have been protected, because whatever spirits that are responsible for giving them the gifts that they were born with, they are also responsible for the operators as angels as well. You understand? Because there are what we call guardian angels. Guardian angels are also there to raise your conscience, to raise your guard, to raise your instinct, to give reason to you whenever you want to take irrational decisions and stuff like that. You understand? To make you see the light and all those kind of stuff. So I believe with the absence of those deities, or those spiritual guides, or those angels, or Laomatong, whatever they may be, is the reason why they end up with this kind of life, leaving their children and their wives and their mothers at the very young age. Those who are getting into car accidents, we all know that it could have been avoided. We can continue with the narrative, Yoguti, it was a person's time, but we know it could have been avoided. Maybe drunken driving and all those kind of stuff, because I always speak to my to water kids, especially Nzuza kids, Yoguti, Nzuza and alcohol, they don't go along, especially water kids. Let me say that, you understand, because as a water child, you receive messages through dreams, and you must always remain sober so that you do not sleep with a heavy body. You understand? You must not eat too much. You must not drink too much. I also drink a little bit of alcohol from time to time. But I make sure that it's not late in the evening, because you get a deep sleep when you are drunk, and then the next thing you forget all the dreams. And these are the messages that they are sending to you. So it becomes useless for them to even be around you, because they say, what's the point of sending messages to this drunkard? Because he's going to receive the message, but in the morning when he wakes up, he would have forgotten the message. So alcohol is some of the things that these people are pushing. Some of them, they own brands, or they are brand ambassadors of alcohol brands, and they are pushing these lifestyles and influencing the nation in a different way. So I believe that they are dying because there is an urgent and pressing matter. We are coming to a point, because this is a highly spiritual year. I said this to people who follow me on WhatsApp. If you want to find out more, you can always come to me. This is a highly spiritual year. This is the seventh year, because 2023, it's 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 3 is equals to 7. So 7 is a very spiritual number, is a highly spiritual number. Ne? But if you want to find out more why 7 is a highly spiritual number, understand. And the 7 is also a number yenzuza, meaning that this year the water kingdom is going to be in operation. There's a revolution that is going to happen in the spiritual. And there's a verse that I like in the Bible by John the Baptist. When they ask him, who are you? Are you Elijah? Are you what? And then he said, I am the voice shouting in the desert. And that voice is saying, make a straight path for the Lord to travel. It's a very powerful verse. It's figurative. A lot of people don't understand what it means. But what this verse simply means is that before the gods, obviously I'm using the gods because I believe differently. I'm just quoting this verse. I'm borrowing the concept, right? Before the gods can travel any area, if you want their presence, things must be sorted out. There has to be cleanliness. The path must be made straight. And even if it has to be done so vehemently, if anything that is not holy, anything that is dirty must be removed, it will be removed, even if it's in a harsh way. I don't know if you understand me. So I believe, Guti, unfortunately, some of the deaths of these influential people who are dying, that we are seeing dying, is as a result of a clear and straight path being made for the water spirits, because they want to come, they want to fix the world, they want to begin to operate, they want us to ascend to a different level, especially this year. They want us to ascend to a different level of prophecy, a different level of vision, different level of dreaming, so on and so forth. But they are being distracted by the filth. So what do they have to do? They have to remove everyone who is influencing us in a bad way, Tina, as ordinary people. The celebrities, the politicians, and everyone. People who are corrupt, people who are filth, people who are into porn and all those kind of stuff. You must not be surprised. You're going to begin to see a whole lot of people who are practicing a whole lot of evil stuff. And I'm talking about influential people, not people who are doing this in secret. I'm talking about people who have a cult following. People who are going to say, follow me into the porn industry, follow me into the alcohol industry, follow me into human trafficking industry, follow me into gangsterism. Those people are going to be wiped out. They're going to die differently in their own ways. Maybe some in car accidents, some will be visited by suicidal spirits, some will be shot, and all those kind of stuff. And then talented individuals with good intentions are going to begin to rise, because they must make the path straight for the gods to travel. So guys, this was the message that I wanted to have to bring to you. Those who are still alive, they have an opportunity to change. They have an opportunity to use their abilities to begin to spread good messages. They have an opportunity to use their celebrity status to now start speaking positive messages. I'll make a simple example. The likes of about DJ Sbu. DJ Sbu was a DJ, very popular, but today, if you listen to his podcast, DJ Sbu is spreading positivity. You understand? You've got Abonsiki Mazwai. We've got all these people who are talking about consciousness. They chose deliberately. They could have continued to live a particular life, but they chose deliberately. I'm going to use myself as a vessel to channel a message, to speak about spirituality, to speak about mental health, to speak about this and that. You understand? So yeah, guys, this was the message I had from you for you. So of course I'm not a celebrity. You guys are responsible for spreading the message. Hopefully it's going to reach them, even those who are upcoming. No, I'm not only talking to celebrities who have made it. Even those who are upcoming, they still have an opportunity. The fact that you are alive, you still have an opportunity to make the right choice spiritually, to use your talent that has been given to you by the water spirits, by the mermaid spirits, that beautiful voice that they have given you, that charisma. Everywhere you go, people are screaming even before you perform. Use that to shine positive light into the universe, because you are the light of the world.